This is our brother Emeka Anyaoku. Um, Honestly, this thing we are doing is really helping us to understand what is going on. Because for the longest time, we looked at people that went to school and spoke in a certain way,
Chai.
Queen's English. We looked at them as people who were intelligent. With this constitutional logjam, constitutional crisis we are having in Nigeria, it's coming clearer that for the longest time we had people that didn't even know their left to their right managing us.
Chai.
We thought that eloquence in English meant high IQ.
Mm-mm.
They couldn't even understand simple stuff. Constitution, nation, this, people, peoples, constitutional arrangements. They didn't even know the difference. So please continue to share. My sister will play.
Founding fathers recognized the crucial importance of addressing the country's diversity, and so proceeded to negotiate and agree the 1960 and 1963 Constitution, which was a truly federal constitution. As a result, the country was more united and was progressing at a relatively greater pace of socioeconomic development until the military intervened in governance in January 1966 and eventually imposed on the country the 1999 Constitution, which, with the blatantly false claim that the Constitution was made by we, the people of Nigeria. The 1999 Constitution, even as amended, lacks the legitimacy that can only be conferred on a constitution democratically made by the people of Nigeria. We must therefore have a new legitimate constitution that will give us a different governance system that can tackle effectively the myriad challenges currently facing our country. In my view, the new constitution should involve fewer and more economically viable federating units. It should be made by a constituent assembly of persons to be democratically elected on non-political party basis. I would say of 3 persons per each of the 36 existing states and 1 person from the Federal Capital Territory. Their deliberations should take into consideration the 1960 and 1963 constitutions, as well as the recommendations of the 2014 National Conference. Thereafter, the draft constitution produced by this Constituent Assembly should be submitted to a national referendum for approval. And in this way, we would have a legitimate Nigerian citizens' constitution. In conclusion, in order for our pluralistic country, Nigeria, to survive, I call on the presidency and the national and state assemblies to hearken to the plea of the patriots and others advocating a restructuring of our governance system. The plea for a bold step to give the country a new, democratically made Nigeria's People's Constitution. I thank you all.
Yo, Super. My people, for the longest time, we thought that eloquence in English meant that you
Brilliance.
Yes, a brilliance, and that you understood what you're talking about. Oga Emeka Anyaoku, thank you for saying that we need a constitution, we need this, you need this, all the things that Ninas have been saying. But it's still the same way of mixing ogba and okporoko, and then you pour salad inside it, and bring a salad dressing in the ocha, itinye, then you water rice in the Asia, itinye, you walk out the hand chanine. It doesn't work, my Oga. So this ignorance dancing on the street, is it intentional? We are asking no that we just ask questions. Is it that you didn't know, or you just know and you want
It's British education, my sister. It's British education and religious interaction. So when you combine all of them, they can reason. They just know how to
crazy. So you don't know there's a difference between new constitution and constitutional arrangements. Because we have told people that we have a federation. If you're building a federation, you don't have new constitution. You will have constitutional arrangements. Because the federal components you mentioned, we will have to get their own constitution from the grassroots. Go to their village and their ancestral land, those that want to be that federating unit. They will go and bring out their constitution, discuss it, do it from the village. Then everybody will bring their own. Then we now have constitutions. Union of constitutions is what you call federation. My Oga, you didn't understand it. Is it that you use your school fees to eat akara, or you actually paid your school fees? Another thing that you did not understand is that there's a difference between people and peoples. Peoples. There's a reason why you hear people say people. Then other people say peoples. There's difference. Because if you understood it, you will not be sending us to National Assembly to give us a new.
Can you imagine?
In the course of the show, we will break it down further for our people. Only our people, listen. Only the indigenous ethnic nationalities living on their distinct ancestral lands have the exclusive jurisprudence. Matter beyond, because this is
Emeka Anyaoku.
Yes, jurisprudence. Yeah. This is in trouble. I told the people who want to be speaking Igbo. Eh? So, but we are trying because they say we should say. So only them have that exclusive mandate. Can so I got law school to make constitution. Only them. So you have to identify them first. Who are these federating units that have exclusive mandates to federate and to make constitution, to say how they want to live? This constitution, it's not even a big thing. It's how do we live? Are we living together? Are we inside? Onye no nenu, onye no nani, onye no niru, onye no nazu. Discussing how we want to live. That's what this big grammar for constitution is. That's what I tell people. They keep deceiving us with big grammars. That's why we are doing the show. We are breaking it down. You have to identify them through self-administered referendums. You heard him mention referendum because we told you that these people are actually criminals. They will hear one thing that Ninas is saying, they will go and add it and mix it up. Tomorrow now, they will go and bring out one turn that did and say, okay, we are doing the referendum for you. Oga is not from top to bottom. It's from bottom to up. The owners of the land are the ones that have the exclusive right and mandate to decide how they want to live, and they will write it down as they discussed it.